Welcome to Shift, an exclusive podcast by DSN. I'm your host, Blake Mallon, and this is where high-performing entrepreneurs and experts share their most powerful shifts in mindset, skill set, and strategy to help you accelerate your business and amplify your impact. I challenge you to be present, open your mind, and let the shift begin. Welcome back to Shift. I'm your host, Blake Mallon, and last week we had an absolutely inspiring guest from all the way over the pond. We had Wes Linden on the show, joining us from London, an absolute icon, one of the largest and most successful and respected direct selling entrepreneurs in the continent of Europe, pouring into us, sharing his journey. 15 years. It wasn't an overnight thing. The journey to the top of his program, now 26 years in the channel, and he unpacked it all for us in last week's conversation, really diving into components of team culture, how to empower and lead communities, what it really takes today, and all in a way that was just so awesome to listen to. Gotta love that accent. Everything sounds better. If you missed last week's full episode with Wes, please go back, do yourself a favor, listen to it or re-listen to it, because there is so much that Wes gave us in that conversation that I know can help you, you right now, wherever you're at in your entrepreneurial journey, to help you accelerate your business, your income, and your impact. Now, today's conversation is a shift summary. This is where we get to spend time together, just you and I, and really reflect on the most significant shifts in our conversation with Wes. This is so important. How often in life do we just hear something and the minute it goes one ear, it's out the other? Or we listen to something, but we don't take the time to pause and actually reflect enough to learn what was just given to us. There's a difference between hearing and learning and applying. And this show is about making a difference. It's about making an impact. It's about creating a shift in your life and your business. And that's why I think these conversations are so important. So 3 shifts that I got from our conversation with the one and only Wes Linden, starting with shift number 1, really about the rise of the me's. I'd never even heard that term before. Have you? Wes informed us the rise of the me's, an acronym for multiple income individuals, MIIS, and how he's seeing an absolute trend across Europe. Now, I'm going to date myself here, but I remember when I got started as an entrepreneur in direct selling at 19 years old, I was really clear on who the enemy was. The enemy, for me, it was that traditional path, that 9 to 5, that JOB. And I still today, even talking about that, have like a visceral reaction to that is not what life is about. Fast forward to today, there is a subtle nuance that's different in the generations of entrepreneurs joining today, where it's not necessarily the enemy of the job or the 9 to 5, but today's enemy has really become a single income. All eggs in one basket, where a feeling of safety and security today is really driving more and more individuals to pursue diversified income or multiple income streams. Now, Wes was speaking from the perspective of someone out in Europe, out in UK to be specific, and he cited a study I thought was fascinating that was actually tracking the amount of individuals that had multiple income streams. And he mentioned how in a very short time frame, this particular study went from around 5 million individuals to now over 20 million individuals, and was forecasting an accelerated pace in the years to come. Data in the UK really supporting this conversation. It's not just theory or thesis, but the reality that there are more me's, the rise of the me's. And I think if we were to look at a similar data set here in the United States, along with probably most places in the world, we would see a similar trend where multiple income streams coming into a household is how people are getting to their goals. When it comes to going after that $100,000 a year or $250,000 a year, whatever that first or next threshold of income is for you, odds are a higher percentage are achieving those goals today, not through just one traditional job, but an additional income stream or multiple income streams, when added together in aggregate, accomplish that goal. It is a shift. Now, if we dive a layer deeper into what's happening, the rise of the me's, we also realize that is readjusting the goal of what's meaningful or significant when it comes to income, especially in a additional or side gig or spare time opportunity. And Wes enlightened us with another poll that was done, again, out in the UK, where it really asked people what would motivate someone to start something spare time for an additional income stream. And it gave a set of options with a variety of numbers. Is it a couple $100 a month? Is it, a few thousand? Is it more? Obviously, in Wes's language, he was talking about pounds, the currency in the UK, but I'm converting it here for today's conversation. And it was fascinating to hear that the answer to the poll came down to around 200 to 500 pounds, or let's just call it $200 to $500. Not become a millionaire, not make hundreds of thousands of dollars, not fire my boss tomorrow, not drive the Ferrari, wear the Rolex, or buy the house. All those things are fine if they're on your vision board today. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But the bottom line, the realization, the shift, is knowing that it doesn't take that to inspire someone to begin something new. And it's not even the first milestone most people, according to the data, are looking for. How's that for an interesting convergence of timing, where more and more people are looking for multiple or additional supplemental income, and the income levels that will inspire somebody don't have to be the next millionaire. It might be an extra $200 to $500 that every single month, in addition to their other income streams or their traditional path, can open up options, create freedom, give peace of mind, allow them to take their family and their kids on that one vacation they have been dreaming of going. Maybe pay off some of the debt or the bills that are adding extra weight. Maybe that income is invested into some sort of passion project or something that creates a contribution or a service. It doesn't take $1 million. It's not even what people are looking for today when they begin. And that is a shift that all of us need to realize that's happening today, and how the rise of the me's, the multiple income individuals, combined with a lower threshold to move people forward, is a perfect time for what we do, what you do right here and right now, to be that gift, to open that door for so many individuals. But we got to make the shift to recognize, to meet people where they are and share the opportunity you have today that could be that solution for that next me that you're going to invite into your community. So let's make the shift. Now, the second shift I got from our conversation with Wes is the importance of high touch, even in a high-tech world. Now, I hope you're paying attention. If you've been following the show, this has been a theme, different language, different words from different people, but the same intention keeps coming up over and over and over again. So please, let me have your attention here. The power and the importance of high touch, real connection, genuine relationship. Those words, connection, relationship, community, are more important today than ever before. And learning how to create that within a community will be the key to not only achieving the goals you have, but also maintaining those levels and accelerating once you get there. That needs to be the intention at which we all approach what we do, from enrolling or prospecting or attracting, to onboarding and launching, to maintaining and cultivating true relationship, real connection, deep community, not just hearsay or words, but the actual frequency of which we are operating. Now, I love how Wes went back to handwritten cards. Listen to it. Listen to it. He's not the only one on the show that's still doing handwritten cards, welcoming new people to his team. Handwritten cards when members across certain milestones or achievements, cards or gifts or special recognition. He went into deep on his systems of recognition, citing it for a reason for his incredible success. Listen to the systems. Sending cards when a certain individual has certain family milestones or moments happening in their personal life. Maybe selfies from events. All these things, high touch, even in a high-tech world. Now, he didn't limit there, although he did go deep, right? A list I just gave you in recap, listen to the conversation for the expanded, that he's saying makes a difference, shows people they matter, that you care. People aren't getting things to their mailbox like they used to. We are inundated with digital messages every single day. It stands out, it separates, it creates connection. I also love how he touched on the obvious, that doesn't mean we don't use social media and technology and tools to create reach and open conversations, but I love how he carried the intention even into social media, that the intention still needs to be to use social content, DMs, Messenger, as ways to create real relationship and create real connection. It's a doorway in, but the intention is what matters. So as we continue to evolve technology, AI, where we're going, it's a part of what we do. It will continue to increase in our lives and what we do every single day and in our business. And we need to maximize all of that for acceleration. But the more high tech we get, the more value high tech becomes. And isn't that truly what separates us in this channel from any other channel? Is that real personal connection, that real relationship, that real community? Don't lose sight of that when you're out there promoting your product, your service, your company, your brand, right? Those are the things that deliver the value, but it's the community, the connection, and the relationship that separate or differentiate you from everyone else. So let's make the shift. And the last shift that I want to talk about really is around this word, resilience. Resilience. The word has energy to it. And how resilience really is today's superpower. Now, that wasn't always the case. If we rewind 5 years ago, for sure, 10 years ago and beyond, I wouldn't say that resilience was at the top of the stack, that leaders of leaders, achievers of achievers, those right now that are in the place you want to be would say this is the thing. But hey, it's been a recurring word, a recurring trend, that resilience today is what separates. The value of perseverance in the face of setbacks, the power of resilience in navigating tough times, the significance of staying committed to the journey, maintaining a positive perspective, and learning how to embrace the struggle, embrace the obstacle as just an expected or normal part of the journey. That we need to build resilience today in order to have the staying fortitude, the stickability to go accomplish your goals and your dreams long term. We have to have the strength to stay the course. Resilience is staying the course. And today, now more than ever, entrepreneurship, it's not about the first one to the finish line. Entrepreneurship really today at the highest levels, it's about the last man or woman standing, meaning who has the resilience to make it through, to overcome. And again, it's a reflection of the truth we live in today. Evolving, shifting, a dynamic environment, a changing world. We are in a season of shift everywhere. The world, our channel, your company, I'm willing to bet your business and your life today, we're all in that season. So the antidote, the superpower, is learning to be the most resilient and adapting during this time. And Wes gave us a whole bunch of actionable tactical steps that we can take. We need to prioritize our own personal development. What is your current protocol when it comes to your personal growth? What are you reading? What are you listening to? Hey, the fact that you're here right now, give yourself a pat on the back. It's a part of your protocol. What is your personal growth system? That's got to be first and foremost. That allows us to then have, number two, a positive perspective. Maintain an optimism, a positive perspective as we embrace the struggle. When we go through the struggle, number three, we have to build the real belief. Not just something you heard Blake say on the podcast or Wes say on the podcast, but actually genuinely believing that it's through the struggles that we learn most. It's not in the winning or the triumphs. It's in the setbacks and the obstacles that challenge us to grow, that make us stronger, that teach us lessons, that develop skills. And it's actually through the struggle that we get to our next level. And once we're able to make that shift, we can realize that the setbacks are actually not only part of the journey, they really are the accelerators. Even though when you're in the moment, the metrics may not reflect it, what you don't realize is sometimes that's the slingshot. Sometimes you got to pull back before you let go and go to levels higher than you've ever been. But that only comes with a resilience, perspective, and attitude. And Wes reminds us we can't compare ourselves to others. Beating ourselves up doesn't help. And we got to make sure we have a support team, a support system around us to keep us on track, because none of us is perfect. We can fall off the wagon, and that's okay to have doubt someday. We all do. Conversations like this, the Shift community that's building, your mentors and upline leadership and community within your company, your external, right, mentors by afar, the podcasts you're listening to, the authors and books that you're reading, you need to have a support system. Those are all tools. We're in your corner to help you when you're going through those trials and tribulations, to remind you that's just signs you're going the right way. So we got to make the shift. The Wes conversation was full of so many amazing nuggets, but the conversation really highlighted this concept of resilience, perseverance, personal development and growth, maintaining that positive mental attitude, embracing setbacks as part of the journey, and the power of community and support to keep us connected to our long-term vision and goals along the way. So many amazing highlights from our conversation that I know can help you navigate where you are right now in your business and accelerate your income and your impact today. So let's make the shift. Here's your challenge for this week, inspired by Wes Linden. Let's recognize the rise of the me's. That is the time that we're living in. Let's recognize and reward ourselves for being smart enough to build multiple income streams, maybe in addition to what you're doing, but let's adjust our conversation down and meet people where they want to be met. $200 to $500 can inspire someone to start a new income stream with your community right now. That's what they're looking for. Be that solution. Let's make sure we elevate our high touch in a high-tech world. What can you do today? What's one step you can take today to create a higher touch, establish a connection or a relationship? What cards are you going to start to write? How are you going to put that intention into your social strategy today? And let's make sure we build resilience, knowing that last person standing, the one that makes it through, is what wins and thrives today. And all the things that Wes gave us as tools to help us along the way. You guys know where we're at, shiftpodcast.com. You can find links to all of the past episodes. Go back and find Wes if you haven't listened. If you're not up to date, we've had some absolutely outstanding guests. I'm talking industry legends, icons, so much perspective. Where else are you getting a front row seat from the best of the best from across the channel? Different generations, different countries, different perspectives, all pouring into you to help you collapse time. If you're not caught up, go back and listen to the episodes. We're in all the places, whether you like listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, Audible, or watching us on YouTube. I love watching the videos. We're live there. Find all the links on shiftpodcast.com. And I'm telling you, on Monday, set the alarm. If you're not on the newsletter list, go to shiftpodcast.com, opt into your email. It gives you the nice, convenient reminders. Turn on your notifications and new episodes every Monday. And I'm telling you, this coming Monday, absolute fire. Someone that's only been in the channel 7 years. How she went from being a waitress and a personal trainer, earning her MBA, kind of on a traditional path, boom, full-time professional, living life on her own terms today through her direct selling business. She is a master of attraction. She is a master of community building. In our conversation, she breaks down social strategy, branding strategy, how to define your niche in a really simple way and speak to that target customer. She talks about her story overcoming personal and mental health challenges and gives us not only the shared experience, but it opens up so raw, so real, so vulnerable. Sharing her story, I'm telling you, it's going to allow you to see what you've overcome and teach you how to use that as a strength to inspire and move others. It's an absolutely inspiring conversation, and I think it's going to open your eyes and move you forward. So set your alarms. Make sure you're subscribed to our email list on shiftpodcast.com. And until next time, let's make the shift.